Stress both contribute to heart health concerns, especially this time of year. Joining us at 4 is Dr. Tom Wozniak. He's the chair of the Milwaukee American Heart Association Board and a cardiothoracic surgeon. Thank you for your time this afternoon. Now, studies find there are more heart attacks during the last week of the year than any other time of the year. Why is that?
Well, first of all, that's correct. Any emergency room physician or cardiologist you speak to will tell you that they see a definite uptick during that last part of the year, which is, of course, next week coming up. There are several things that lead to that. You mentioned one of them is overeating and more so maybe inactivity. And often just not paying attention to the warning signs. So, what the American Heart Association really wants to stress to people this time of year are three things. Number one, knowing what those warning signs are. Number two, how to react if you're a bystander for a heart attack or in a worse situation, a cardiac arrest. And number three, what people can do to minimize their risk for having a heart attack during this time.
So, what are those warning signs?
So the most common signs with a heart attack or angina is chest pain. That's the most common description. Most people will describe that as a pressure-like sensation on the chest, but it can radiate to other parts of the body. The jaw and the left shoulder are very commonly described, but it's not just pain. Some people will describe shortness of breath and lightheadedness and occasionally arrhythmias, rapid heart rates, rapid pulses, etc.
So, we definitely want everyone to stay healthy. We want everyone to avoid that. How can people stay as healthy as possible?
Well, it's not always easy, particularly around the holidays, but there are things people can do. Number one is if you do know you have risk factors for cardiac disease, to be extra diligent about paying attention to any of those warning signs and paying attention to those. The other things are to try to eat as healthy as possible, minimize salt intake, try to move as much as possible. The American Heart Association recommends at least 150 minutes of activity per week. So it's very easy to become sedentary during that week, but trying to get up and moving around is very helpful. And also, taking your medications. It's amazing how many people either forget or just choose not to take their medications over the holidays, and that can have a huge impact on people's heart health.
All right, Dr. Wozniak, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. We appreciate your time and your insight.
You're welcome.